a great draft, but that doesn't guarantee a victory. It's time to settle this MUT draft game on the field.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky going to look to throw right away. And that's complete to Shepard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Trubisky's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. They'll be led out by their enigmatic quarterback, the Heisman winner from Baylor. It's Robert Griffin III. They go play action with Griffin. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It's taken to the 26. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away.
Hines now on the return.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Naeem Hines, 61 yards.
And the Patriots are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this returnable for Hines.
And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. What a run. 79 yards on the punt return.
And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Chicago offense set to get started.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he's he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Patriots ready to get the football back.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They go play action. Griffin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this is caught. It's Decker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Hines.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Out of the gun, Griffin. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Trubisky will throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline.
The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. To throw is RG3. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Hines.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now Griffin on 1st down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On second down, it's Jones.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Trubisky. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
From the shotgun is Trubisky.
And this one taken in by Cephas.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky.
A check down here to Jones.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Escaping the pressure right.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And not much happening there. He's taken down. Boy, a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
Ouch. You thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down.
He gets this complete to Cephas. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Now Trubisky. Out to the right here to Shepard.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. The gun, Trubisky drops it to Jones in the flat.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. He'll find Jones again, complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion, and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They run again with Hines. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now it's Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. This is Hines. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines, and he will have a Patriots 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Hines, a beautiful fake. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
31 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On 1st down, Trubisky. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
One last shot for Trubisky. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. So this will line up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today,